What's going on, dudes? It is David and Javin, and we are back with another video. Now, in this video, guys, we're going to be doing a review of the Bristol night race that just happened to finish, guys. And can I just say, this, of course, was an awesome Bristol race. The night race is always better than the day race, because the day race, a lot of things can happen. And a lot of things did happen. We had a lot of tire issues, like a lot of playoff guys having trouble, more specifically Jimmy Johnson. There were a lot of playoff guys that got involved in wrecks, Clint Boyer, Jimmy Johnson, even the top guys, Joey Logano, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick had problems. It was an absolutely insane race. And then the finish. The finish, I wish, was a bit closer towards the end. I mean, it really was close, but I wish it could have been like where the anniversary, apparently it's the anniversary of the, I just meant to rattle his cage. So when it came down to the last 10 laps, everybody was hoping, please let this happen another moment, because with I think it was with 10 laps left to go, Denny Hamlin passed Matt DiBenedetto, and everybody until that 10 laps to go was just like, yes, Matt DiBenedetto is gonna get his first win of the series. But no, unfortunately, Denny Hamlin was able to pass him, and now Denny Hamlin has gotten his 4th victory of the season. I'm pretty sure that means he is tied with Kyle Busch on the most, because I think Martin Truex Jr. has 3, Kyle Busch has 4, and then Denny Hamlin now has 4. So Joe Gibbs again, man. It seems like they're the most dominant car or dominant team in NASCAR, because Penske's gone off the rails. What's their name? Joey Logano had a bad race because he had a tire issue in the first stage. Then he got into accident in the last stage, so his day was never going to be good. Ryan Blaney ended up cutting a tire down in the last stage, but ended up coming back and finishing in a good spot. Speaking about Ryan Blaney and a good spot, let's check out the list of the top 10 finishers. So the winner of the race, you guys already know, was Denny Hamlin. Matt DiBenedetto came second. This guy, after he was announced to not be in the number 95 Levine family racing next season, he almost won this race, which probably approved a lot of teams that he can win. So I expect teams like even Stuart Haas to be considering, because that 14 is not spoken for and that 41 is not spoken for. I think those are 2 cars that are not spoken for. And anything can happen, man. Matt D, he's impressed me, man. Brad Keselowski finishing in 3rd, Kyle Busch finishing in 4th, Chase Elliott finishing in 5th. Kyle Busch, man. This guy was my pick to win this race, and he ends up finishing 4th. That's a good finish for Kyle Busch, but he said his car was too tight, so he couldn't really do anything about that. And then Keselowski finishing 3rd. Good run for Keselowski. Chase Elliott, not a guy you would think to hear, running good at a short track like Bristol, even though sometimes he does do good. I didn't really think he was gonna do good this weekend, but he eventually did. Kyle Larson finishing in 6th. Kyle Larson actually led the majority of stage 1 and sometimes stage 2, but then I think he had a tire issue in stage 2 that ended up costing him running good, and then his car was just never the same, and he can never be the dominant car. It wasn't stage 1, because I'm pretty sure he led the most laps in stage 1, and he actually won stage number 1. If you guys are wondering who else won stage, you already know who won stage 3. The guy that won the 2nd stage due to him not pitting for tires and fuel was Kurt Busch in stage number 2. Clint Boyer finishing in 7th, Daniel Suarez finishing in 8th. Those 2 drivers definitely needed a good point today, considering the points, but we'll get back into the points later on once we check out a certain 48 driver that happened to finish in a bad position. Well, I would say not a bad position, but a decent position, and now he's really into it with two races left to go before the chase. Kurt Busch finishing in 9th. Ryan Blaney finishing in 10th. Ryan Newman finishing in 11th. Ryan Newman having another consistent run in the NASCAR races. This guy's lowest finish is still 25th, which is absolutely unimaginable that his lowest finish is 25th, and he's been so consistent. This consistency will definitely play off during the playoffs, because I almost won a championship in what was it, 2014, where he was in the final 4. Yeah, he was in the final 4 and he had a chance to win that championship, but unfortunately he did not. Daniel Hemrick finishing... Hold on. Daniel Hemrick finishing in 12th. Martin Truex Jr. finishing in 13th. Bubba Wallace finishing in 14th. Nice run for the Bubba Wallace Warhog 43 machine after he got this tattoo. Hey, turned out he got a good run, finished 14th. Joey Logano finishing in 15th after all the struggles that car had and that driver had with the tire issues and then getting involved in wrecks. He still managed to finish 15th. I think he was still like 3 laps down. I think like up until like P7, everybody else was a lap down. So, yeah. Alex Bowman finishing in 16th. Chris Buescher finishing in 17th. Ryan Preece finishing in 18th. Jimmy Johnson finishing in 19th. Jimmy Johnson, this guy's luck, man. This guy's luck just seems to be running out because every weekend he doesn't get lucky. Stage number 1 ended up getting involved in wrecks. Stage number 2 ended up, like cutting down a tire. Stage number 3 getting involved in a wreck again, but still somehow in stage number 3, I remember he was involved in a wreck where Ryan Blaney cut down a tire, hit Stenhouse Jr., and then David Reagan spun down trying to avoid it, or he actually got caught in it, but he spun down and took out Jimmy Johnson's side where the foam just came spewing out of the car, and that ended up, Jimmy Johnson just had a very unusual race, I would say. But still managed to finish in the top 20. That's actually pretty good. So, 20th place was Ty Dillon, and 21st place was William Byron. If you guys are wondering where some names are, Eric Jones was running good in the first stage, and definitely running good in the second stage and the final stage, especially the final stage, where he was leading a couple laps before he hit the wall, ended up having to pit, and his car was never the same. And he ended up finishing, I don't even know where he finished. I didn't even have that down. Kevin Harvick, really good in stage number 1, kind of dominant in stage number 2, kind of good in stage number 3 before on a pit stop. He had a transmission issue. They had to go back, and he was out of the race. He ended up finishing 39th. And then Austin Dillon getting involved in the same wreck with Jimmy Johnson. Austin Dillon had a tire cut down, and Jimmy Johnson was not able to avoid that, so Austin Dillon hit the wall. Austin Dillon had to keep going back in the pits for repairs, and his car was never the same. He ended up finishing 34th. But going back to Jimmy Johnson, this guy's luck just doesn't seem to change. And unfortunately for him, this is not going to be good for him when it comes to the playoffs. Because as the playoffs stand right here, Jimmy Johnson is now 26 points back out of making the chase. And Jimmy Johnson has never missed a chase ever since 2004. This is the 15th season NASCAR has had the chase, and Jimmy Johnson's never missed it. Boyer is -2, Suarez is +2, and then Newman is +14. I think, though, Jimmy Johnson will definitely... I actually think this. Daniel Suarez is going to struggle in probably one of the next 2 races. I think he's more likely going to struggle at Darlington. Clint Boyer probably run decent, but I think Jimmy Johnson is definitely going to run better than Clint Boyer. But Jimmy Johnson is probably going to need two of those guys to have a bad day where he can gain a lot of points and be in position when it comes to, I think it's, what's the race before the final race? Oh, the next race is Darlington. Then it's Indianapolis. I'm pretty sure that. I hope I'm right. I think it's Darlington and Indianapolis. I hope I'm right. But Jimmy Johnson really seems to do good at Indianapolis, so I think it's going to be a strong track for him. So even though he's 26 points out right now, I actually see him making the playoffs. And the other guy that'll make it with them, finishing in 15th, will probably be Ryan Newman, which means Daniel Suarez and Clint Boyer, the 2 Stewart-Haas guys, will end up missing out on the playoffs, and that's how it'll be. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. Please do smash the like button. But anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Make sure to subscribe to my channel. We will have more videos coming up for you for the rest of the week, because this week is my birthday. So, you guys are definitely going to get more videos considering it's my birthday this week. So, anyway, guys, I will see you guys all later. Peace.